Hello, everyone, and welcome. You can sense it through the pageantry, the tradition, the electricity that permeates this place as we get set for a terrific game. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, so here comes the offense for the first time today. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Give to the back. Solid run. Picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. Last time these two got together, it was a tight one, Jesse.
Seems like every time these two teams play, the game just feels faster, right? Because it is a rivalry game. There's just a greater sense of urgency when we see these teams match up.
Yeah, the fans feel it. They know it. There's so much to it. They think about it all year long. We can talk about the next game on the schedule. They're always looking forward to this one.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
Or if I can quote the great Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Wide out in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Breaks the tackle. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Let's see what they do on third down. Back to pass, it's Castillo. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. They bring the punter onto the field now. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside, and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. Two physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, two alphas, two guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, cornerback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
And the good news for the offense, there's nowhere to go from here but forward. No gain on the first play. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Flips it out in the flat. Shakes off the defender. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run. And they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll bring it back. It's Bridges. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable. Out of the gun, the inside give. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Still on his feet at the 45. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. From the gun, the ground game. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, go do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. Back in conference realignment, it was the best 4 programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC, so this one will be interesting.
That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold it.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Running back goes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another day.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
First and goal from the 5 as they try to put up the first points of this game. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. When they put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Tries again to get it in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'll run it on 3rd and goal. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the returner will be brought down.
And the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Running back searching for a hole. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package, and his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. We're ready to get it started here in the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Trying to get the edge on the jet sweep. Fighting off the defender. And the spin move bought him a little time, just not a lot of yardage. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
This game really has turned into a defensive struggle, and both defenses right now are just absolutely dominating. That time, nice job using his pass rush moves, getting to the quarterback, and they just look like they cannot be blocked right now up front.
Here comes the crowd trying to make it tough on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Now improvising. And the defense is going to get 2 for the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20. Looking for a block. It's Bridges.
Returner is tackled down at the 37, and the offense will take over.
Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. The give to the tailback. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. They're going to ride this running back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
He's gone down at
Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. In plus territory, not really much of a decision to make there. They had to go for it, and it paid off.
Yeah, they know points are going to be at a premium in this game, so they're going for it here, no doubt. Nice job picking up the first, and now putting a lot of pressure on this defense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. The home team has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. The away team is hanging in there, but they're going to need something to break their way, and soon.
Number 15, set to kick off.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking to go up top on first down. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45.
Well, where was that play when they needed it earlier in this game? Right? I mean, they've just had no pulse offensively. They have not been able to threaten this defense at all, throwing it or running it, and they make a great play there, but, man, this game's almost over. That's too late.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Buys a little time. He's going to take off. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Trying to get to it. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Looking for the end zone. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground with the running back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Makes his connection. And he goes out of bounds, but finally this passing game gets something going here as they try to rally.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. Defense playing a bail technique. Shoots it to the left. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force.
He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. Great job by the freshman. Kept his eyes in the right place and made the play.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. To the ground with the back. Oh, the ball squirts out. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Holding.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line getting set on 2nd down. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
By the offense.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Crosses the 30. Nothing but green ahead. He's at the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a scintillating big play. 83 yards on the touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. On first down, here comes this offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Offense will try to strike on 1st and 10. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. Couldn't order better field position for this offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Quick pass on the fly motion. Inside the 25. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Hold it. Open.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. This offense has a 2nd down play. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.